Welcome back to the Noraim series, part 5. What do we say now? Who's excited? We're going to be talking tonight about Rosh Hashanah night. We know, or I hope we know, after Ma'ariv, everybody goes over to one another, wishing L'shana Taiva to the saying you should be written and sealed for a good year. Then there are those who add on, the Alter Chaim Tov Moshalim. Right now, Chaim Tov Moshalim. And then there are those who add on even more, if that wasn't short enough. B'sifran shel tzadikim gemurim, in the sefer of complete tzadikim. This is just a minute of any time anybody ever speaks, you gotta do this. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achilni b'dvarim. And then you gotta do this. Yeah, we know that Rosh Hashanah is already the Emedim. You're going to be judged, Tzadikim are judged for Chayim in Rosh Hashanah. Rishonim are judged for Misa in Rosh Hashanah. And the Beinim are Tali until Yom Kippur, then it's decided over there. The Rambam talks about we should look at ourselves as Beinim, which we're going to discuss Asayas Mitzvah. But we want to wish each other good wishes. Have a happy, sweet new year. Everybody's been texting that on Rosh Hashanah. There's a recording that goes around every year without fail. The other end of every conversation of Rosh Hashanah. It's like, it goes like this. Yeah. Amen. Amen. You too. Amen. That's what it says. Tinker. Amen. Everybody gives these flying, beautiful brachas. I remember I called Chassidish Rebbe of mine, Baal Chassid, and I called him Shegid Yom Tov, I get Yor, and he says, I get Yor Megashmias and Megruchnias. Good year of Gash. I'm like, isn't Iker Ruchnias? He goes, in order to have Ruchnias, you gotta have good Gashmias. In Camp Torah Golding, we have t-shirts that say hashtag good Gashmias. We need to have good Gashmias, we need to have the year of Gashmias. If our Gashmias is taken care of, then we'll have good Ruchnias. That was the shita of many yeshivas. And the Bachim have to have good conditions in the dorm, so they'll have productivity in the yeshiva. Good Gashmias. So bells, they're nice, wish first a good Gashmias and good Ruchnias. Okay, that's a mahal. But it's all about everybody's giving wishes. Everybody's wishing people a good year, a sweet year, a happy year, a year filled with simcha. Gemara asked the question, Simani milsahu, Simani lav milsahu, which basically translated is Simanim really a thing? Yes, the Gemara is a thing. Simanim is a thing. Gemara answers Simanim milsahu. Doing something on Rosh Hashanah could have an impact in the spiritual world for the whole year. And that's why we come to the Suda. And we have the first thing we do, for most people, is the Simanim. We have Simanim, things that are a siman, they're a sign for something. The most famous one is, dip the apple in the honey, make a bracha loud and clear. L'shana taiva u'mesuka, have a happy, sweet new year. Yeah, we did the apple and the honey. First sweet new year, l'shana taiva u'mesuka. That's the yiratzah that we say. We want a sweet year. We don't want bitterness. We want to enjoy life. Achas Kitana, which I think we mentioned, it's all about Shetich l'shana b'kol le'seha. We want to end the year with its curses, and then end the Malchus from the last word with the Tach L'Shana B'Berchesed. Let's start the year with bracha. Let's start the year with sweetness, with a geschmack for Yiddishkeit, with a geschmack for Torah, with a geschmack for mitzvahs, with a geschmack, new relationship to the Bari Olam. Sweet. But don't just call it sweet, taste it. As David Schrank once yelled at a Bachar Minal Shir, Tzadikal, can you taste it yet? He said it a lot louder than that now. Could you taste it? We're not just wishing it, we say it on something that's sweet. It's also brought that halacha, you shouldn't eat anything bitter. Because the simanim nilsenu, doing simanim is a thing. And there are play on words, the simanim. They're not just, some of them are taka, on sweet things, or what they represent. Shemalis chayisenu karimayim, we have a pomegranate, because pomegranate is full, or Shemalis chayisenu kamitzvahs, Yomim b'mitzvahs, different gerses, different sidurim, that a rimayim has 613 seeds. You can try counting. You might not finish, but you can try counting. So it has a significance. Or it doesn't really have a specific significance, except what it's called in Hebrew is a play on words to the Yiratzim. For example, Karti, leak. By the way, that's what Karti means. What do we say? She karsu saynenu. For the Sherish Karti karsu. See what we did over there? We want to cut off our enemies. It's a segula to cut off our enemies. Give you another one. Kara. What's kara? Zucchini, squash. I think it's squash. One of those. Or one of the greens, Eat more greens. Yeah. What's the Russian? Shetikra roye gizar dinenu. Should tear up the negative gezeras of our judgment. They're play on words. Yeah. There is a halachic problem that does arise that I discussed this morning with Rabbi Sorsher, who's a Paisik who just moved to whatever, Rosh Hashem. I ate the first night Rosh Hashanah 2 years ago, but my Rebbe was like, and I got to the table, and he has a whole, simanim, the tray, seder, whatever. And there was one that I didn't recognize. A banana. Ooh, yeah, I didn't think that, I don't know, I never heard of a banana being part of Islam. I know you can make stuff up, which we'll talk about. But I didn't think a banana had that much significance on Rosh Hashanah. So I said, Rebbe, my eye! Was is dos? He said, what do you mean we have a suffix bracha? Okay. There is a halacha that if you're eating something that's shaloi yomim machmas hasuda, that is not eaten as part of the suda. For example, if your mom or dad brings out fruit for dessert, you make a ha'etz, because lo yomim machmas hasuda, it's not part of the suda. Even though you wash it, the suda, you'll still make another bracha. So now, if I'm eating these vegetables, the fruits for sure make a ha'etz on the apple, and that's yet to all other ha'etzes. What about Adama? We're eating gezer. By the way, I don't know if you guys know the recipe for gezer. Gezer are carrots. The recipe for Rosh Hashanah carrots is you make the carrots in a sweet sauce, you serve it, no one eats it, you put it back in the fridge, you serve it the second day, no one eats it, and once you have to throw it out. Sorry, man. Yeah, Adama, zucchini, squash, all the geschmack stuff. Is it part of the Suda or not? Because don't judge, or water bread we don't judge. But I personally do not eat squash during my Suda. Some people do. And those people should see. Now, some people do. Some people eat squash part of the Suda. People eat carrots part of the Suda. I personally don't. The only reason why I want to eat these things now is because of the simanim, which means the shaloi yomim machmas hasuda. It's not coming because of the Suda. So maybe I should have to make hadama. But on the other hand, it is something that's eaten part of the Suda. It's not far-fetched to eat squash during the Suda. People have vegetables during the Suda. You go to any restaurant, you have a steak, you have fries, because you obviously need a vegetable. And when people don't want to eat that vegetable because they have issues, they eat fried grilled vegetables, peppers, and squash, and all the good stuff. Yeah, celery, whatever it is. I'm very mindful of vegetables. Sometimes if I don't have French fries, I'll eat potato chips. My grandmother used to serve 2 or 3 sandwiches and potato chips because you always need a vegetable. Tailik. Yeah. So it's a suffix because maybe even though I would never eat this part of the Suda, it's still something that could be part of the Suda. Mashaking fruit, which is never part of the Suda. So I asked our resource today, and as my Rebbe did 2 years ago, and I believe he still does, you should eat something that you would for sure that no one ever would eat part of the Suda, i.e. a banana. Most people do not eat bananas ever during the Suda. Most people do not eat bananas ever. But some people do. I do actually enjoy bananas, honestly. I do enjoy a good banana. I like a sharp banana. Right before it turns a little brown. Because it's not like ripe and hard, but it's not like mushy and gross. Right at that moment, you have to time it out. When you eat that banana, I'm telling you, songs are being sung in Shemayim. It's a good holiday. Yeah, but I would never eat a part of the Suda. I would never eat bananas as part of the Suda. So wherever you serve bananas. And then you can make a hadama and be yaitz midei safek from these simanim that you're eating because of simanim, but they also can be part of the Suda, something whether they make bracha, better according to resource this morning. He said it's definitely better to eat a hadama that would never be part of the Suda, l'chol hadayis, and be yaitz midei safek. Good. So if you open up your mouth, you'll see a bunch of different simanim. You should go in the order of Shiva Saminim, which obviously pomegranate should be on the top of the list. You should go in the order of brachas. Be careful, this is not a bracha share. I threw in that because eat bananas, good calcium. It also helps you from going ahead. Good. Be careful with the brachas. What about making stuff up? I went to my cousin one year on Shani Yerushalayim. I got to the table and I see some wiggle kiggle. Now, if those don't know what that is, also called gala or pcha. I like to call wiggle kiggle because it looks like a kugel and it wiggles. I said, Aaron, why are we eating wiggle kiggle over here? Okay, fine, I'll call it pcha. I'll call it gala. He goes, because it's not called wiggle kiggle, I call it gala. Yigale kivoy malchusro leinu meheira. He's a funny guy. Or he thought that, or he heard from somebody, I don't know. But he said, Maisa, halacha says, if you have something significant that you think is a play on words to add to your simanim, go for it. I'm not eating gala, just I don't like gala. I'm really not going to force myself to eat it. And it's not brought down in the Shulchan Aruch, it's not brought down in the Siddur. So that's why I'm not going to eat gala. But if I enjoy gala, I'm trying to eat gala. Eat gala, so beautiful. What about schnitzel? Those eat schnitzel from whatever you want. Yeah, people make things up. Is that a problem? No, because he money also. I know a guy who told me he eats dates, and he also has it with some nuts. Because every time he gets rid of shidduch, he goes out on a date with a nut. Or the classic one, raisins and celery. Have a raisin celery. It could be funny, but it's money also. Doing something even though I'm eating the raisins and the celery for a siman, because I think in my head this is a siman for parnasa. So it could be there's some validity to it. I'm not going to just throw it out. Could be, I don't know. Yeah. There are things that you do on Rosh Hashanah that the Gemara specifically spells out, and it's brought down a lot of them in halacha, that it'll have an impact in the spiritual world for the year. Most famous one, listen up, yeshiva guys, don't take a nap Rosh Hashanah afternoon. Want to sleep a year? One guy told me, yeah, of course I want to sleep a year. I'm going to sleep Rosh Hashanah afternoon, and he did. He had to sleep a year. Couldn't get up one more. Yeah. It has a siman for the rest of the year. It means something. It has a significance. Simani milsu. Brought down halacha, you should not eat egos. You should not eat nuts. One reason the Shulchan Aruch says is because it's gematria chait. You don't want to be reminding of chait. Because food they eat has a significance. Keeping kosher is the only mitzvah that goes inside you. It becomes a part of you. Chait could become a part of you on the Yom Hadin. We want to avoid chait on the Yom Hadin. The Ma'aril also says, because nuts dry out your throat and you need to be talking the entire time. That means all that talking like we discussed. That means the Rosh Hashanah is all about using your mouth. You don't want to tire your mouth out. my Rebbe told me. One of our Rebbe, not my main Rebbe, one of our Rebbe, my 8 in Eretz Yisrael, told me he was all upset. He was all upset. I said, Rebbe, what are you so upset about? I went into an after the Suda for like dessert or whatever, and he said he had a bunch of seminary girls over for the Suda. And one of the seminary girls was convincing his wife not to serve me fried foods because it might affect my learning. Can't serve your husband fried foods, it'll affect his learning. So maybe don't eat one of these foods if you can't believe that on Rosh Hashanah. It'll affect your learning, it'll make you drainier. It'll tire you out, maybe taka. I don't know. Simani Nilsson. These are not a joke. These things are real, they have a spiritual impact. Everything that you do on Rosh Hashanah will have some way or another an impact on your year. You're davening. You want a good year in davening? It's a segula, it's a siman to take it seriously in Rosh Hashanah, to try to have a good davening in Rosh Hashanah. To speak nicer about people in Rosh Hashanah will help you give the kayach to speak nicer about people all year round. Your Rosh Hashanah will set the tone for the year. And when you go with that mindset, you'll have a different Rosh Hashanah. You'll have an elevated Rosh Hashanah. And not only that, even in non-spiritual, in physical, you'll feel different after Rosh Hashanah because I did these things on Rosh Hashanah. I'm now going to try to work harder on them. So maybe it's not only hiji-biji and what it does in the world of Kabbalah. Maybe in practicality it also makes sense. Rosh Hashanah is my year. I'm setting my tone for this year. I'm setting my tone to dip the apple in the honey. The tone is going to be, it's going to be a sweet year. It's going to be a good life. It's going to be a good life. And it's going to be a good life. I'm setting the tone. So maybe in hiji-biji, if you don't want to go down that road, you can go down the road and say, I'm setting my tone for the year. I'm going to dip that apple in the honey. That apple in the honey is so halig. It is so holy. Because I'm tasting sweetness. I understand what I want out of my year is this taste. I'm not going to get it physically every time. But I want to have remnants of that when it gets hard in the middle of the winter. It's early, the sun's going down very early, it's cold, it's snowing. I want to remember that taste, what I set out to do this year. Until next time, have an awesome, awesome time.